So what do we do from here? We could just read through this entire document and figure out where we might be lacking in terms of accessibility. And in general, that's not a bad idea. But there's a couple of other tools I wanted to show you that can help point us in the right direction in terms of what we need to add or fix to make our site more accessible. So the first is a Chrome extension. I'm going to do a search for Chrome extension accessibility, and I'm going to go to Accessibility Developer Tools. So Accessibility Developer Tools gives us two things. The first is an audit. It's a little hard to see, but we'll see it soon as we use it. And when we run an audit, it gives us warnings about things that we might not be doing right. Also, it allows us to inspect elements and get a couple details about accessibility. It's not extensive, but they're still kind of useful. So go ahead and install this in Chrome. And once it's enabled, what you can do is refresh your page and go to the Audits tab inside of DevTools. I'm going to extend this up a little bit. You can check Accessibility and then click Run. So we'll start by looking at the Severe section. So what this says is that controls and media elements should have labels, and it shows us in individual lines where our problems are. So if we right-click on this one and select Scroll into View, we can see what's being highlighted here. It looks like this is our select box in our search form, which indeed we don't have a label for. The same goes for our search phrase. And then the next element, if we look at this and we click Scroll into View, is our email address, our name, our select box with the I'm interested in, and the comments below that. So none of these elements currently have labels. They do have placeholders, which from a design perspective is supplying the same role. But the placeholders don't always indicate what should go in there. Sometimes it just demonstrates the syntax of what you enter in there. So instead of this saying email address, it could have an example of an email address to help the user figure out how they're supposed to fill it out. So we can correct this by adding labels to these different inputs and then hiding them visually. Users who are using screen readers will still be able to see the label, but those who are using the default interface will see what we intend them to see here.